vous pensez que le Canada, c'est doux, tu vois un peu. Vous pensez que mon environnement, il n'y a pas le danger, que tout le monde dit bonjour. Canada, on est connu pour être une des personnes les communautés les plus gentilles, multiculturelles. C'est une blague. Quand tu entres dans le pays, il y a des secteurs qu'il ne faut pas toucher, comme dans tous les pays. Dans ce morceau, on va découvrir les parties qu'on ne vous montre pas au Canada. Chat, si vous voulez en voir plus. D'autres pays, en France même, si vous avez des vidéos français que vous voulez que je réagisse, mettez-les dans les commentaires, laissez-moi savoir. La vidéo... Ok, ils sont en train de rigoler, les Canadiens, vous pensez que c'est les trains. Vous pensez que c'est la comédie, non? On va découvrir ensemble, let's get into this, man. Je pense que ça c'est en anglais, mais les gars, fuck, hein. Je vais essayer de traduire si je peux.
You know what you did?
Welcome to the family, Yosko.
You know who did it?
Police say they were caught in the crossfire of the Galloway boys gang, fighting to protect their turf.
In today's video, we'll be talking about one of Toronto's most feared street gangs, the Galloway Boys. The Galloway Boys were
Alors ça va être une vidéo des Galloway Boys, un gang au Canada.
Formed 4 decades ago, back in the 1980s. They were originally a group of friends who got together to sell drugs. They are also known as the G-Way Boys and hail from the Galloway region of Scarborough, Toronto. The gang ravaged the streets of Toronto in the early 2000s and has been notorious for being one of the most violent street gangs in the region. In this video, we'll tell you the story of the Galloway Boys, how they've been involved in some of the biggest shootings, legal controversies, and the major police operations that were carried out to deter gang violence in Toronto. According to the authorities, during the early 2000s, the Galloway Boys routinely confronted the Orton Park gang. The police believe that both of these groups were trying to seize control of the drug trade in the region. In 2002, the then leader of
What's up, gang?
And the major police operations that were carried out to deter gang violence in Toronto. According to the authorities, during the early 2000s, the Galloway Boys routinely confronted the Orton Park gang. The police believe that both of these groups were trying to seize control of the drug trade in the region. In 2002, the then leader of the Galloway Boys, Norris Allen, was shot dead while sitting in his car. In the wake of his death, the gang was missing a leader. That's when Tyshawn Riley decided to step up and took over the gang. Under his command, the gang became highly organized and had their fingers in a wide variety of crimes, including drugs, prostitution, arms trade, and more. Riley was already running the gang well and expanding their reach when they got another lucky boost in 2003. The Galloway Boys managed to steal a cache of guns, which helped them overpower other gangs in the region. As such, there was a struggle for power on the streets of Toronto, which led to many fights between the Galloway Boys and rival gangs. However, their fighting for power escalated into violent shootings, and the gang gained notoriety for being a violent organization. The Galloway Boys were already drawing attention due to their firepower, when in 2004, they suffered a major blow to their operations,
is that
which
you?
made them a major focus of the police. Their leader
Kev,
Riley made the greatest
is that
mistake,
you?
which
Nigga.
later turned out to be a case of mistaken identity.
Nigga, you think this is me, bro? It's not me. I'm not involved. En fait, je connais même pas qui les Galloway Boys sont, alors je suis en train de découvrir avec vous. I don't even know who the Galloway Boys are, to be honest. So, I'm really, like, exploring this shit with you guys, you know what I'm saying? But, apparemment, it's Toronto's most notorious gang. C'est une gang. Toronto. Is that Kev? Bro, why y'all put a poll? Is that Kev? What the heck?
On March 3rd, 2004, Charlton and Bell were driving down the Malvern intersection. Charlton was a concession stand worker at the then Skydome, and Bell was a self-employed renovator. They stopped at a red light when they were noticed by Riley. He mistook them as being members of the rival Malvern crew and opened fire on their car. The barrage of bullets ended up taking the life of Charlton and severely injured Bell. Neither of the two victims had any gang connections. At the time of the shooting, Riley was allegedly accompanied by two other members of the gang.
Hey,
His accomplices were
yo, let me talk, nigga. Let me talk. Laisse-moi parler, fam. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm not gonna lie. That's why des fois, ils font pas toujours sortir de votre maison. Tu vois un peu? They're talking about like, boom, niggas just stepped out the crib riding the hood. Boom. Grr, bow! They got him, just like that. So, yeah, des fois, si... je sais que des fois, vous voulez sortir avec la meuf. Si vous allez pas au centre-ville, tu vois, un peu où c'est calme, ou bien où il y a tout le monde, où vous allez plus dans le hood, tu vois, un peu, dans les banlieues, tu vois, un peu. Je pense que banlieue, c'est ce que je veux dire, mais dans le ghetto, mon ami, tu peux penser... Parce que, tu vois, tout le monde... Il y a des gens qui pensent que tous les niggas ressemblent, ils se ressemblent, you know what I'm saying? All niggas look alike, apparently. You know what I'm saying? Tous les niggas se ressemblent, so, boom. Ils pensent que c'est un de tes up. Pow, 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 pow! T'es mort. Tu finis à terre. Boom. Tu vois un peu? Fuck.
Allegedly accompanied by 2 other members of the gang. His accomplices were Philip Atkins and Jason Wisdom.
Attends, je remets un peu.
Ended up taking the life of Charlton and severely injured Bell. Neither of the 2 victims had any gang connections. At the time of the shooting, Riley was allegedly accompanied by 2 other members of the gang. His accomplices were Philip Atkins and Jason Wisdom, both of whom were members of the Galloway boys. Additionally, Philip and Jason were reportedly part of the gang's assassination squad, called the Throwbacks. This squad used to carry out hits against the gang's rivals. The fact that Charlton and Bell were present at the Malvern intersection caused them to think that they might be associated with the Malvern crew. But because the 2 victims were innocent and didn't have any connection with either gang, the hit caused a massive outrage and put the Galloway boys under police surveillance. All 3 suspects, Riley, Philip, and Jason, were put in jail. In 2009, during their trial, the jury found Riley guilty of the first-degree murder of Brenton Charlton and the attempted murder of Leonard Bell. He was given a life sentence. The trial was one of the most expensive trials in the city's history, with the budget being millions of dollars.
Damn!
Most of this money was spent on enforcers patrolling up and down the courtroom.
Damn! Alors ils sont en train d'expliquer que la majorité de l'argent, comme des trials, je sais pas comment dire ça en français, mais la justice, ça a coûté un des plus chers dans l'histoire de Toronto, tu vois un peu. Et en plus, l'argent était tous dépensé sur la police, à la justice. Tu vois un peu, au Parlement, tu vois, ou je sais pas comment dire en français, la place là où on fait la justice, c'est pas le Parlement, chat, c'est, tu vois un peu où il y a le juste là, c'est quoi? Je sais pas, chat, c'est comment? Mais, le tribunal! Bam! C'est elle, oui, tribunal, tu vois un peu? C'est là où ils ont dépensé plus de leur argent. Fuck, mon ami. Tu touches avec eux, tu joues avec eux, ils vont venir même au tribunal. Bam! C'est fini.
Furthermore, in 2011, when Riley was already serving a life sentence, he was convicted of 2 more attempted murders. He was found guilty of shooting Coffee Patron and Chris Hyatt, and was sentenced to another 18 years in prison. According to the police, Riley shot Patron and Hyatt as a revenge for the death of his mentor, Norris Allen. He refused to apologize to his victims or show any remorse. During the 2011 trial, Detective Banks of the Toronto Police Department said, "He is to me the purest form of human evil. He is a man that had no regard whatsoever for human life." Detective Banks even claimed that Riley was...
Celui-ci, Monsieur Riley, tu vois un peu, la police le décrit comme un homme qui n'a pas de sentiments. Il est le plus, comment on dit, le plus diabolique des humains, tu vois un peu. Là, c'est ce que le détective le décrit. Il n'a pas, fuck, mon ami.
No regard whatsoever for human life. Detective Banks even claimed that Riley was playing God, stating, "This is part of the gang atmosphere. His disregard for the Malvern people, his disregard for human life, and you were expendable if you lived up there." He basically was playing God. Riley's arrest created a power vacuum, and younger members of the gang started piling up to fill it. This stirred up things in Toronto's underworld. It led to violence, shooting, and death of innocents. The Galloway boys were
les hommes,
already on the
ils boitent,
police's
pourtant on l'a
radar
touché à peine. Les hommes, ils boitent, pourtant on l'a touché à peine.
and death of innocents. The Galloway boys were already on the police's radar after Riley's shootings. But this new struggle for power within the organization led to even more arrests. While the police were already cracking down against gang violence, the Galloway boys became the centerpiece of another incident. In 2011, the Galloway boys shot and killed Dimitri Barnaby. It was a tragic case where Galloway boys once again mistook an innocent man for their intended target.
Oh my
The
god,
police
un
investigation
autre!
revealed that the intended target also lived
Après
in the
le
same
premier
neighborhood,
tribunal
but the
là,
police did not
oh my
disclose his
god.
identity.
Après le premier tribunal là, qu'ils ils ont eu la justesse pour ceux qui étaient, ils étaient non, ils étaient même pas, ils étaient innocents, comme ils avaient aucune relation avec les gangs, ils ont fait ça encore. Mon ami, ton scanner là, like, that nigga's scanner is fucked. Il reconnaît pas qui est qui, mon ami. Holy shit. That is actually Kev. That is not me, bro. It's not me. Stop. That's not me. Like, that's crazy, man. Fuck. Scanner is fucked, fam.
Identity. Barnaby was found dead outside an apartment building on December 30th, 2011. On July 16th, 2012, on Danzig Street, just a few blocks from the apartment building where Barnaby was killed, there was a party to celebrate the July 16th Street Festival. This area was a stronghold of the Galloway boys, but this stronghold would soon become one of the biggest crime scenes in Toronto's history, and paint a police target on the back of the entire Galloway boys gang. The party started smoothly, just like you would expect any party to go. However, witnesses at the scene reported suddenly hearing gunshots that caused people to panic. That party quickly turned into a bloodbath, and bullets flew everywhere.
Yeah! Ça, c'est pour ça que, that is exactly why I do not go out anymore. Ça, c'est exactement la raison pour laquelle moi, je ne sors pas. Je suis calme dans ma chambre. Je suis calme. Si j'ai besoin de meufs, je les invite chez moi. Mon ami, tu sors comme ça, tu es en train de fêter, tu fêtes avec et tu fêtes avec les meufs, tu fêtes avec les gars, tu vois un peu. Les gens viennent. Boum! Gourou, le sang éparpillé partout. Ça va sur ta peau, sur ton habit, tu vois. Tu es venu drip down. T'as mis l'habit, ça coûte. Tu vois un peu. Maintenant, si tu rentres chez toi, si tu rentres même, Dieu, tu vois un peu. Si tu rentres même, boum, c'est le sang partout. Fuck, man. Oui, j'ai déjà écouté. Ça vient bientôt.
Joshua Yassé. Both of them were innocent bystanders who were just there to enjoy the festival. The 23 others who got wounded ranged from a 22-month-old baby to a 33-year-old man.
Un bébé de 22 ans. L'écart de l'âge des victimes de 22 mois à 33 ans. Un enfant de 22 mois. Même pas 2 ans.
All 23 who got wounded were quickly shifted to a nearby hospital. None of the witnesses knew why there was suddenly a shootout at the party, until much later when the police concluded their investigation. The police investigation found several different clues and made revelations that the reason for the shootout was a turf battle between the Malvern crew and the Galloway boys. Detective Sergeant Trimble of the Toronto Police Department said that before the party, one of the members of the Galloway boys posted the time and the location of the party online in a tweet, where he claimed that he was giving out Hennessy cognac for free. This tweet drew people to the party from different regions of Toronto, including the Malvern area where Charlton was killed. This area was under the control of the Malvern crew. When people from the Malvern crew got to the party, the Galloway boys confronted them and told them to leave.
Oh my god. Alors, oh my god, ils ont posté quelque chose en ligne. Tu vois un peu. Le gang opposant, tu vois un peu. Où il y a la fête, le territoire du gang opposant. Le gang opposant, ils ont publié une photo montrant qu'on a l'alcool gratuit. Tu vois un peu. L'alcool, venez, les meufs, venez, les hommes. Tu vois un peu, les gars, on a l'alcool gratuit. Ils ont mis l'adresse. Boum. Ils ont mis l'adresse. Boum. Tu vois un peu. Boum. Mis l'adresse en ligne. Tous les gens sont venus. Tu vois un peu. Les gens de partout en Toronto sont venus à l'adresse là. Maintenant, l'opposition et l'autre gang, bam, confrontation, poum, 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 grrr, pow, éparpillé, le sang partout. Fuck, my nigga.
Charlton was killed. This area was under the control of the Malvern crew. To which the Malvern crew obliged. But they later returned with even more people. And that's when a flurry of bullets...
Oh, alors maintenant le gang qui a organisé là, ils ont venu, ils ont dit, hein, quittez, c'est notre territoire. Maintenant, eux, ceux qui ont même organisé la fête, ils sont partis. Ils ont dit, ok. Mais après, ils sont revenus. Skrrr! Boom! Spin back. Skrrr! Boom, comme ça. Ils sont venus comme ça. Skrrr! Revenus. Maintenant, ils sont venus avec une armée de gens. C'est fini. Non, c'est là que ça commence.
Bullets erupted at the bystanders. There were hundreds of people there that night, and the police believe there were 5 to 6 shooters. The police also managed to apprehend 2 suspects. Nahom and Shaquan were charged in connection with the Danzig Street shootout. Nahom was charged with reckless discharge of a firearm, and Shaquan was charged with gun-related charges and uttering threats. Nahom was a member of the Galloway boys and went by the street name Gifted. However, police later claimed that they didn't believe Shaquan was present at the street party during the time of the shootout. The police recovered 25 shells and 5 firearms from the scene of the shooting. Between 2011 and 2012, the police linked 3 different homicides and 6 shootings to the Galloway boys. Police believe that these shootings were the result of altercations between the Galloway boys and the Orton Park gang. In their bid to stop the violence, the Toronto Police Department launched Operation Brazen. It concluded in September 2012, and as a result of this operation, 54 charges were made against 9 individuals and 5 firearms were seized. The police launched the operation in connection with several murders and shootings. The first of these shootings was at a Domino's. 3 men between the ages of 18 to 20 were shot.
Je peux pas sortir pour avoir la pi... Moi j'ai besoin de la protéine. Moi j'ai besoin de protéines, tu vois un peu. Moi j'ai besoin de protéines. Moi j'ai besoin de protéines, mon ami. Mon ami, écoutez-moi, moi j'ai besoin de protéines. Oh, what the fuck? J'ai besoin de protéines. Je peux pas aller à Domino's, mon ami, je peux pas aller à Domino's. Je peux pas aller à Domino's dans la vie, mon ami. Je peux pas aller à Domino's dans la vie. Pour les protéines, je vais mourir pour les protéines, c'est malade. Je vais mourir pour les protéines. C'est fini. C'est fini. Ah, c'est la vie, hein. Ah. Oh my god.
The Domino's Pizza on 3859 Lawrence Avenue in September 2011. The next homicide came in November 2011, when another 25-year-old man was shot at Firth Crescent and Northfield Road. The violence escalated even further when a teen was shot on Chesterley Boulevard in September 2012. To top it off, a teen again got involved in the violence, but this time on the opposing end of the gun. They attempted to shoot a police officer by pointing the gun at them and pulling the trigger. Fortunately, the firearm failed to discharge and the officer didn't get hurt.
Ils ont voulu tirer un policier, mais il y a eu chance que l'arme, ça n'a pas fonctionné, tu vois, il n'y a pas eu l'huile, c'était un peu dry. Ça n'a pas tiré, bam! Maintenant, regarde, quelqu'un d'autre est venu.
This incident took place in September 2012. Although Operation Brazen was already a success, the events dating from September 2011 to September 2012
oh my god, c'est même pas que quelqu'un d'autre est venu, il est juste allé en prison. Fuck.
Clearly showed that Toronto was nowhere near free from the wave of crime that had gripped it. Therefore, to further deter the rising rate of crime in Toronto, following the success of Operation Brazen, the police launched Operation Quell in June 2013. Operation Quell was another huge success on the part of the police force. It resulted in the arrests of 7 members of the Orton Park gang. They were charged with 138 offenses, which included drug trafficking, being a member of a criminal organization, and firearm-related offenses. Years later in 2017, Jason Wisdom was released from jail. Throughout the 13 years in custody, Wisdom maintained that he was an innocent man. During the trial, neither Riley nor Atkins testified, but Wisdom did. He claimed that he was only involved in the drug trade, arguing that he only did that because after graduating from high school, he preferred the more lucrative drug business over working at a restaurant.
Hey, il est honnête!
That these were the bad decisions.
Il est honnête. Il a dit que boum, ok, vous en avez eu. Je fais pas partie de la gang, mais ce que moi je fais partie, c'est que je vends souvent les drogues parce que ça fait plus d'argent que si je travaillais à un restaurant après mon école, tu vois un peu. Il faisait seulement pour l'argent. C'est ça qu'il a dit au juge, au tribunal. Et il a dit que c'est une mauvaise décision. Alors il faut faire vraiment attention aux décisions que vous faites parce que lui il l'admet maintenant, mais c'est trop. C'est devant, tu vois un peu, le tribunal, devant le juge qu'il admet. Mais s'il a pris les décisions là plus tôt, il ne devait pas être dans cette situation. So, shit.
He made as a young man, and he's now learned a lot from them.
Dans la classe, je faisais semblant, j'étais celui qui faisait marrer les gens qui, je savais semblant d'être bête, j'étais intelligent. C'est toujours mieux, tu vois un peu. De faire mieux, ça c'est un peu hors sujet, je pense, mais c'est toujours mieux de faire semblant que t'es bête. Tu vois un peu, parce que c'est là que tu vas savoir qu'est-ce qui se passe, tu vas pouvoir calculer, tu vois un peu, et boum, tu auras la réponse.
These were the bad decisions he made as a young man, and he's now learned a lot from them. During his days in the Galloway Boys, Jason was part of a plan to steal $100,000 from a money room. The heist was an inside job, and the cashier agreed to get shot in the foot or have a gun put to her head in order to make the ordeal look authentic.
Quoi? Mon ami, alors, en fait, oh my god, lui, il faisait partie d'un plan d'aller à Money Mart. Money Mart, c'est une place où on peut te donner, pas te donner l'argent, mais tu vois un peu, il y a un loan, je sais pas comment dire en français, mais on te prête l'argent, tu dois donner l'argent avec l'intérêt, tu vois un peu, un truc comme ça. Et il y a une meuf elle a accepté d'être tirée dans la jambe pour que eux ils puissent gagner les $100,000, après ils vont distribuer. Chat, vous prenez une balle dans la jambe pour une partie de 100,000, et sûrement que pour elle, c'est même pas beaucoup, parce que elle ne fait même pas beaucoup de, comme, elle n'a pas risqué d'être attrapée, tu vois un peu, elle n'a pas vraiment de risque d'être attrapée, parce qu'on l'a tirée, alors automatiquement, elle a une victime. Mais est-ce que tu prendrais ce risque? Moi, non. Il y a d'autres manières à faire l'argent. Je sais même pas, like, $100,000. Oh my god. Je sais même pas qu'elle gagne $100,000. Pied, oui. Jambes, non. Même si on te tire pour l'argent, tu vas prendre une balle pour l'argent? Damn. Moi, je sais pas.
The cashier agreed to get shot in the foot or have a gun put to her head in order to make the ordeal look authentic. However, the police were monitoring the telephone calls and communications of the Galloway boys.
La police a intercepté les appels, tu vois un peu. Et boum, ils ont entendu le plan. Fini.
And their plan was foiled. Jason's participation in this attempted heist was presented as evidence of his bad character and him being an active member of the gang during
Et
the
tu
trial.
vois, c'est là qu'on l'a eu, on l'a attrapé. Tu as dit que, oh, c'est là que tu as appris vraiment. Tu faisais seulement les drogues, non? C'est seulement les drogues. Alors pourquoi est-ce qu'on l'a entendu dans l'appel que tu voulais aller tirer cette meuf pour $100,000? Explique! La police a dit ça. Allez. Il a dit, ok, vous m'avez vu. Il n'a pas dit ça, mais c'est ça qui s'est passé.
The murder of Charlton. The court later ruled that this evidence did not clarify Wisdom's participation in the murder of Charlton and the attempted murder of Bell. As a result, Wisdom was released from prison and he claimed that
Mais on l'a laissé, il est sorti. Nigga, we made it, tu vois un peu. Même les juges ont dit que, mais lui, il a rien à voir avec ceux qui ont, les innocents là qui étaient morts. Il a rien à voir avec eux, tu vois un peu. Alors il a dit, oui. Et ce que j'ai fait, les décisions que je faisais devant les drogues, c'était une mauvaise décision, tu vois un peu. Même si j'étais impliqué au truc de $100,000, c'est jamais passé, tu vois un peu. On l'a laissé, il est sorti. What the fuck.
he is now a reformed man.
Et c'est $100,000, pas euros, hein. $100,000 en euros. Attends, on va voir. €68,000, mon ami. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Tu préfères le gangster à la police? Qu'est-ce que tu veux dire? Moi? Moi, je suis pas gangster du tout, hein.
As a result, Wisdom was released from prison and he claims that he is now a reformed man. He says that the 13 years he spent in prison have transformed him and maintains that he did not participate in the shootout. The police claim
Pardon,
that
mais il est toujours allé
en
en prison pour 11 ans. Il est toujours allé en prison pour 11 ans pour d'autres choses. Mais il n'a pas fait tout le temps.
and Quell managed to make a significant dent in the operations of the Galloway Boys and the Orton Park gang, they are far from eradicating them. Following Project Quell, the police are on the lookout for 8 members of the Galloway Boys and are requesting people to come forward if they have any information on the suspects. So far, the Galloway Boys' activities seem to have gone off their radar, but the police are still on their tails. As always, please like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and want to see more like this in the future. Also leave a comment down below on what you'd like to see next. Thanks for watching and have a good one.
Hey, bienvenue à Toronto, hein. Ça c'est le Canada. Vous pensez que c'est tout, c'est les feuilles d'érable, tu vois un peu. Tout est bien, hein. Vous pensez que c'est tout océan. Non, mon ami. Il y a aussi le danger ici. Laissez-moi savoir qu'est-ce que vous pensez. Si vous voulez que je fasse d'autres vidéos comme ça, ou d'autres endroits en général, laissez-moi savoir. Laissez dans les commentaires. Appuyez le premier lien dans la description. Et yeah, man, I'm out of here, gang.